Hello, lads and ladies. How are we? How are we doing? Welcome back. League One Live. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday, Wednesday evening. Let me know if you can see and hear us okay. Hello, Jake. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. Sorry, I just had coughing fit.
You're looking well, mate. You're looking well. How are you?
Thanks, mate. Do you know what, Ben? I don't know whether it just tells you the level of our friendship that when you start complimenting me, I just go, "Do you mean it? Do you mean it? Are you sure?"
You know something, right? It's creepy, innit? You know, like when you pay me a compliment, it's like...
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
You know something, right? So our friendship, and I think, Jake, we're very nice to each other behind our backs. So I'll speak to he's a great lad, Jake. He's fantastic. It's just, very nice to everyone, Mark, when I'm with Sue. Jake's done this, and Jake's done it. No.
Yeah.
But then when we're together, it's more like, what an imbecile you are. I don't like you. You know what I mean? You put each other down. It's the opposite.
Exactly.
How are you, mate? How was your Tuesday? And how did it feel? I watched the League One game more recently than you. Come on!
I know. Don't get used to it, mate, because you won't be watching much League One football next season. Yeah, I'm okay, mate. What have I done today? I've been at work all day. Just doing a couple of bits and bobs. I had last night. What did I do last night? I must have done something last night. No, I was meant to have a chill night, right? Where I was just like I was gonna just relax, sit on my sofa, watch TV, do that sort of thing. I ended up clearing my balcony, so that when you come in a couple of weeks, 6 weeks or so, we can maybe get some chairs and have a bit of a barbecue, a couple of cans of cider or something if we're feeling fruity. So yeah, I was doing that, and then obviously I watched a fair. I think I watched at least 5 minutes of every game that was on Sky last night, just to get myself across it and try and notice. And obviously I had to watch the final whistle at London Road to see the scenes that, I expected Birmingham to win. And very, congratulations on your promotion to the Championship. I know you're, well, I would say I would say that I'm unpopular with Blues fans, but looking at the reaction on Twitter, realizing that they've got the second tier lads instead of us next season, I think Blues fans want to come straight back down after, so they can come and see me and you again. So yeah, no, it was good, mate. It was nice. Obviously, you had a Tuesday night with our good friends over at the Fan Zone podcast. Did you get to see the Fan Zone?
Got a couple of things. Congratulations to Birmingham City for winning promotion. Your game is first. We'll come to you very soon. It's been an absolute privilege to cover Birmingham City this season.
Here we go. Look at him.
It has. Honestly, it has.
Your tan on your nose is looking outstanding.
It's blue, isn't it? And I say, I will be on Sunday. I can't wait for that. And, I'll be honest with you, when we've lost other clubs like Wednesday and Portsmouth that we've had before, Derby, we spoke well about before, I think that I will miss Birmingham fans, but I will be covering a lot more Championship next season on my TikTok especially. And on here, there's going to be some Championship content next season.
You've changed, man. I'm not sure I like it.
Birmingham City have changed me. What can I tell you? It's like getting into a relationship, with Birmingham City.
We wouldn't know what that's like, Nappers, would we?
Yeah, and you both changed. But congratulations, fully deserved. He only cost you 40 million. No, I'm not. I'm not
that's my job. That's my job to rile them up.
No,
if you can leave that
honestly,
to me.
they've been fantastic. They've been a real, brilliant addition to this league. And I know I struggle with sight issues, with my glasses and stuff, and sometimes struggle to see what's coming, and I don't like unexpected things. But I am still waiting for Birmingham City to hit the shock. They're in for a bit of a shock.
Oh God! Do you know how many bookmark tweets I've seen going around this week?
Yeah. It's not bad for the second best midfield in the league, is it?
Right, Luca Collin, Adam Phillips.
I never
that
said
was better. Who even is the third one? Who was it? Phillips, Connelland. Who's the other one?
Phillips, Connelland. Was it Russell?
Can't be John Russell. You can't be telling me that John Russell is in a better midfield than.
Who was the other one? Phillips, Russell, and Phillips, Connell, and anyway. Hello everyone. Please give us a like as you're in. Yeah, really enjoyed my trip to Bolton yesterday. Bolton, a lot of shots. It was nice to really watch a League One game, and I'll be honest with you, I'll be doing that a lot more next season. I really enjoyed getting out of the house, getting to a live League One game.
That sounds like you just like bedbound that you don't ever leave the house.
Yeah, well, no, it was nice when you're with good people and good company as well. You know,
Cole's all right, isn't he?
Yeah, Colin's a sound lad. He's great. I tell you what though, before we do start, I went up to him and I went, and he goes, "He's nice, this," and he showed me on the phone. He goes, "Hey, look at this. You don't get this every week." And I'm going, "Yeah." He goes, 20,000 tonight. Yeah. I went, Colin, just one question. He goes, "Nappers, what? I can answer anything for you. We've got the best facilities here." I went, "Where's the cathedral?" Silence. No cathedral and no goals. Right. Are you ready? Let's go into it. 95 points for Birmingham City. Still awaiting that League One shock as they get promoted with just 6 games to go and still on course for 113 points. A warm-up for Sunday, some can say, as Birmingham City win away at Peterborough by 2-1. And Birmingham City have now won 10 away league games this season, only in 1984, 1985, where they won 13, and 1998, 99, where they won 11 games, and 2006 and 7, where they won more games in a league campaign as well. So Birmingham City showing their ruefulness away from home. And to be fair, in 2025, they've only won 3 out of 8 away from home. So they've not been out of this world away from home. Their home form, though, this year, they've won 10 on the row. Been, a real revolution. To win the league with 6 games to go, yes, money has been spent, but it shows you the tactical nous of the manager, Chris Davies, how motivated he gets up for them every game. It's everybody's cup final in this season. I know that people go, "Oh, they're not. It's not. It's only Birmingham City. We'll do them," etc. But everybody wants to beat Birmingham because the money spent. For what the fans are like, the fans have got a little, and so they should. They've got an ego because they come down to League One. They spent money. They have a massive fan base. The ego is we should beat everybody at home and we should be beating everybody away from home. There's probably the exception of a Bolton Wanderers, a Charlton, where you think, "Oh, that's a tricky game. I'll take a point." But there's very few of those, and it's very hard when you have the expectation of Birmingham fans, and everybody is this season has been waiting for Birmingham City to slip up. Do you know, like when I think they went 1-0 down to Reading, didn't they, early in the season, the first game of the season? Oh, they were waiting, weren't they? Soon as Stansfield, how long until he scores that first goal? And they're waiting to call him a flop. And they still are because of his non-penalty goals, etc.
Are you just talking about me?
No, I'm not. Everybody was waiting for Birmingham City to slip up. They weren't concentrating on the games he won. Every game Birmingham City go in, they're high profile. Wrexham are the same. They are high profile. And you won't even... Birmingham City could have 45 shots in the game. The other team could have 1 shot and the other team could win 1-0. And it'd be all Birmingham City this and Birmingham's money can't get you. So to win the league with that pressure on you, as a first time in management, by the way, still a young coach, experienced coach, by the way, I think is phenomenal. I genuinely, I think it's not gone down, and Chris Davies hasn't got enough credit. I think that the team, he should be getting promoted. It should, don't get me wrong. But how many teams in this league should have been promoted? Porter should have been promoted before it should have done. Sunderland should have been promoted. It should have been promoted before it should have done. They haven't got there. They haven't. They struggled. They've bottled it, and this Birmingham City team have bottled kahunas like you wouldn't know as well. And to go away from home as many times as they've done this season, brilliant, and a great victory for them. They're on course for 100 points. Hopefully next season they can come down with 45 points. That'd be great. So another year with your Blues fans. You fancy? Come on.
It'd be great for me and you, Ben, wouldn't it? For the
second
engagement.
tier lads or us. Come on. Who do you want? Come on.
Nappers or Justin Peach. I know exactly who I'm picking every day of the week. Looking forward to working with Justin. Yeah.
If you want to play those games, mate, he wouldn't have you. You're League One and struggling. No, they were brilliant. And I tell you what, that point tally's going to get smashed.
You finished with them. You finished with him, or are you going to just keep going?
And one more thing.
Oh, of course.
I do think, though, Sunday could be a lot tougher. I know this is absolute ridiculous what I'm going to say. I think that Peterborough, seeing Birmingham win the league at your place, I think, how many did they take yesterday? 4,000 fans?
It's horrible.
It is horrible. I've seen
horrible.
Wigan. And I think that's extra fire in the belly. I still think Birmingham will win the game, don't get me wrong. But I think that it's extra motivation, and it'll be interesting to see how Peterborough come out on Sunday as a reaction. Great win. Well done, Blues.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen this, Ben. I don't know if you're familiar with the Up the Poshcast, Peterborough United podcast. There's a guy on there who I like him very much. He came onto our pod and did a preview. Harry, his name, was really good chap. Sees football really well. I like the way he talks tactically about football. We had him on our show, like I said, where he was excellent. He predicted, he was the only one on their podcast to predict Birmingham to come 8th, and said that they were going to be there. They were going to be in for a bit of a shock, and they'd be there a long time. And I found it quite ironic on Harry's behalf that, unfortunately for them, Peterborough United, Birmingham City sealed promotion at Peterborough United's ground, which I'm sure he was not enjoying when he was leaving the stands of London Road yesterday. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I like to wind Birmingham fans up because I know they'll bite, which is why. But it has been a real privilege watching them this year. I know people, you've sort of said it before about talking about the money they've spent and this and that. You've still got to go and win it, haven't you? And Birmingham have done that at a canter. And I think Luton will do the same next year if Luton are in the league. Perhaps not as well as what Blues have done. But they brought in quality, and they brought in quality for the future. They were planning ahead of time, weren't they? You look at the players they brought in. Yeah, you can point to the money, but the players they brought in will probably be better in the Championship than they will in League One, because you have more time on the ball. There's a little bit more, ability to express yourselves. And the likes of Willem Williamson, who's perhaps not had his best season, Hansen on the wing hasn't perhaps lived up to heights, but I think they'll get better next season. And they've built a core. For me, Blues just need to go out and get another goalkeeper. That would be my only sort of real gripe about this Blues team.
Ryan Allsop, by the way.
Well, I love Allsop, mate. Allsop,
distribution is unbelievable.
Beep. Lincoln City mentioned. Ryan Allsop is an ex-imp, and he was a great goalkeeper for Lincoln.
Wycombe as well.
Yeah, well, obviously I only saw him particularly for Lincoln, but he was outstanding for us, and he's gone to
Lincoln
Blues.
fan, yeah.
No, well, hold on a bit, because you are Nappers, aren't you? You're a Lincoln fan, aren't you?
I mean, if anything that we've been talking about lately, I've got start being a bit nicer.
Nappers, who was this? And
can't hear it, mate. Put it next to your microphone.
Yeah, hold on. You want me to turn it into my mic, dear?
Where are the Imps?
That was Nappers. How many minutes ago?
Half an hour ago.
Half an hour ago. So, yeah, look, they were good. They were probably one of the best teams that we've played this year. They were certainly at our place. I thought they're outstanding, and to have done that so consistently, yeah, you can say that they're above the level, but you've still got to go and win it. I mean, Alfie May. To have Alfie May as a bench player is beyond a bit of a joke, really. And you've still got Lyndon Dykes, Scottish international, Jukovic, who's done it at the Championship for 10 plus years. You do have to give a massive amount of credit to Chris Davis, because there was a lot of scope on him this summer. A lot of people were looking at that appointment and going, "Well, he's never managed before. How's he going to get a team promoted? How's that gonna fit?" But all of a sudden, he's gone in. He's implemented a style which, to be fair, he's worked under some top managers, Ange Postecoglou and Brendan Rodgers as well. He's implemented that style so quickly. Yeah, he's got it. He had the summer to do it, but still to implement it quickly into a group that would have been devastated to have been relegated last season, and to pick them up and to carry them the way he has been outstanding. Tactically, they're very intelligent. The way they play football. When you watch Birmingham for 90 minutes, it is so you know they practice those patterns for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. Hello, Anne-Marie. Hope you're well. I am pleased for them. I've got a big mate. My PT is a Blues fan. So maybe you'll run into him on the weekend, Ben, at Wembley. So congratulations, Blue Nose. It has been fun covering you. I know I like to wind you up, but that's just me. You can ask Sheffield Wednesday fans. they liked a bit of a wind up as well. Well, they got the
Who's it
stick
next
mostly.
season? Plymouth,
So
Luton, Cardiff.
Luton, whoever Cardiff might have a nibble at Stoke. See if they'll buy. Tell you what, then we could have Port Vale Stoke next year. That would be that'd be feisty. Fingers crossed for Vale fans that happens. But congratulations on the game last night. I don't think they were vintage. I don't think they were at their scintillating best. But they did enough. And that's what Birmingham have done so many times this season. They haven't blown teams away. This is a Peterborough team that have looked good since reaching the Wembley final they're about to play. A team that have got Kwame Poku back in. Yeah, they lost 4-0 at the weekend, but by all accounts, Peterborough played better than they did on the weekend last night. Thank you, Poku, for scoring as well. Got me some fantasy EFL points, so he's in my good books. But yeah, congratulations, Blues. Hopefully, well, for your sake, we don't see you for a long time. Hopefully, for me and Nappers, we see you in 2 years' time to make sure we can get some numbers on the live stream. But it's been fun. It has been fun, and I wish you nothing but the best. And I'm sure we'll have to have this conversation about whether this Birmingham team are the best ever League One team, because they'll come up in conversation. And if they go and win the Virtue on Sunday, and if they go and break the EFL points record, it's pretty hard not to look at them as one of the best EFL sides of all time.
Links, thank you so much for the.
No, Jack. I need to come and see you soon, Jack. I need to come and see you for a trim.
I'll be coming to see you soon, man. We'll grow it out before
6 weeks. Are we going for? Are we going to go for a trim on the same day?
That's a non-negotiable of me coming to Lincoln.
David.
There we are. And the gifted has gone to John Merrill, by the way, as well. So
John.
There you are. John's a good lad as well.
Say thanks, John.
Thank you very much. John is a hero.
No, not you. No, I said John to say thanks, not you. But thank you.
No, John is a hero.
John's a good lad.
And
John's
he's been. He's a great lad.
He's a good lad, John.
Huddersfield 0, Wycombe 1. One of the results of the week, as no side has conceded fewer goals than Wycombe than Wycombe since Dodgers' arrival. 7, 4 in open play, 3 penalty kicks. Dodgers won 5 of his 12 League One matches, only losing to Birmingham and Reading away from home and Wrexham at home at Adams Park. Wycombe have only lost 1 of their last 19 midweek games, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, away from home, that is, winning 13 and drawing 5. That's home and away, sorry. Last time that the one loss in there was actually, ironically, to Huddersfield back in January, and that was a massive result at the time, where I think we came on here on that Wednesday night and basically said, Huddersfield, they're really in the top 2 race because Wycombe had just lost Bloomfield. Wrexham was stumbling at the time a bit. And Huddersfield were on that really good mazy run where I think it was their 16th game unbeaten. After that, Huddersfield got 11 points out the next 12, sacked the manager, and have since been in free fall. So you are welcome.
That's your fault. You want
your rival club to do well, you just get us to talk well about you, and then you'll go and do bad the next week. How good have Lincoln been lately, by the way? Tell you what.
Don't you start this now. not when we've got ground on Stevenage.
However, they have only scored 11 goals in their 12 games under Dodds, having scored 55 in their first 29. Now, you look at it, they have struggled to find the goal. They've been struggling. I think they've created a few chances, but they've not been clinical. Against Rotherham, they had 4 or 5 good chances. I'll get on to Rotherham in a minute because I don't think Rotherham are very good defensively. I think they're very good box defensively, Rotherham, but not good, in a shape. And Wycombe destroyed that on many occasions. It's a great victory for them. I don't think anybody expected them to have the kahunas to go there and win. That's a couple of massive wins on Tuesday nights away at Rotherham and Huddersfield. I know Huddersfield have been a little bit poor, and they've lost 15 games this year. That's 4 points outside the playoffs for Huddersfield. We'll come to them in a minute. For Wycombe, 3 points outside of the top 2 with a superior goal difference on Wrexham. They do have to wait for a slip-up, but it's a massive win, and it's a type of win that can give you confidence going into the playoffs at the bare minimum.
Yeah, it was a big win for them because getting to Huddersfield is perhaps not easy, certainly when they have invested in the manner in which they did. Yeah, I watched this for a little bit last night. I was impressed with Wycombe, a lot more so than what I was when we played them a couple of weeks ago on Saturday. They zipped the ball around nicely. They had the front two linking up for the goal in the form of Richard Kone. Obviously, he's been the main man this season, but Dan O'Doe has had to play second fiddle. And Dan O'Doe, Ben, is a good League One striker. We saw it with Shrewsbury for a number of years. Since arriving from Telford, he's found the net on a regular, consistent basis. This year, since moving to Wycombe, he's been forced to play a slightly different role. He's had to play out wide left, which perhaps isn't his favourite role. But he's just shut up, got on with it. And look, that's a big moment for him. Scoring in the goal of that magnitude is great for him and great for the confidence. And you look at Wycombe now, 3 points behind. Right, they've both still got to play Charlton, I think, between now and the end of the season.
We've got Charlton in a few weeks' time.
You look at Wycombe's run, Stevenage, Bolton, Charlton, Orient, and then finishing with Stockport. It's it's a tricky run of games to try and get some momentum. Whereas you look at Wrexham have got a couple of more winnable games, but it will do them confidence in terms of going in there. And look, we've said it before. We said it about Bolton last year about being in that. Sometimes I kind of feel like with Wycombe, they need to know their fate over the next 2 games rather than trying to drag it to the last game of the season. Because if you drag it to the last game of the season and you miss out, you're like, well, we just worked 46 games to miss out, and now we've got no motivation to go and win the playoffs. It can work the other way, obviously it can do, but Northampton in League Two, they got, obviously after the Bristol Rovers won 7-0 against Scunthorpe, they just completely lost the heads and lost the playoffs. Bolton did it last season and didn't get promoted. Sorry to mention Bolton fans. So I think Wycombe would rather get it sorted, would rather like for example, take a hit on the next 2 and let Wrexham get automatically promoted, and then use the next 2 or 3 games to get as a mini pre-season to get momentum up for the playoffs. So yeah, it's difficult, but last night's a good win. Turning that round away, Huddersfield, who, like Anne-Marie says, were unfortunate. They did have chances. But I don't know with Huddersfield, Ben, because for me, they're just utilising the players wrong. Like this team does not suit a 4-2-3-1 whatsoever. You've got Lasse Sorensen playing as a right back. That worries me. Lasse Sorensen is a wing back, not a traditional right back. Mikael Miller is a winger, not a full back. You've got Ben Wiles playing, wide on the right, but he's a number 8 or a number 10. Dion Charles up front on his own. Dion Charles has been best for Bolton up front with somebody else, like Joe Taylor was for us last season. They're making chances. Ruskin, by the way, looks a really good player on the left-hand side. He looks like someone that next season with a pre-season under the right manager could be a real animal at this level. But they've just got to be more clinical. They've just got to take the chances. When it comes, Huddersfield, I said it when we beat them last week. They were struggling to create. Well, that was completely the opposite issue last time. They were just struggling to put it in the net, and they've got good players. They've got some really good players. Karoma, Chawera came off the bench. Callum Marshall, obviously Joey Taylor came off, and I am worried about Huddersfield. Like I think that's now season over. I mean, I know James said it after we beat them that the season was over, but it's been so tepid for Huddersfield. A lot of people predicted, and League One was hard to predict this year, that they'd just go straight back up. But just not happened, does it? Just for some reason, it's not happened. And when they appointed Michael Duff, everyone got on the bandwagon, didn't they? They went, well, Michael Duff's a great manager, great appointment.
I think should give him the games.
Yeah, I wouldn't have seen the harm of it.
To lose, I think they're no better off.
I agree. If they'd have given him 46 games and he didn't get them in the playoffs.
Yeah, fair enough. If he didn't get in the playoffs, fair enough. Bye-bye.
But they were in the playoffs when they sacked him, no?
I think they were
they weren't far away. They
weren't in great form, and I get that. And the assistant that's there has done a good job previously whenever he's been there, and I get that. But this is totally different. I think Barnsley were off their season. MK Dons were, I know it's League Two, but you're writing off your season. Really, I know that Barnsley and MK had nothing to play for. But Huddersfield, I thought, really? And and especially because he's only been in for a year, I do agree with it's a fantastic win for Wycombe. I can't see Wrexham slipping up. I genuinely can't in this situation. And even if I think if they do lose one game, I can't see Wycombe winning 5. I can't. I think it'll be a situation where I think Wrexham would have to slip up twice, and Wycombe could have to win 4.
Have to win all of them.
I don't trust Wycombe to win 4.
Not at the minute. Earlier in the season, like November, prime Bloomfield ball, absolutely. Not now.
And I think that Wrexham this time of the year, they know the league.
Efficient, aren't they?
They're efficient. They're a well-oiled spring. I just want to say thank you for a couple of donations. Sadie, who's been a regular viewer, love the you pair. Thanks for the entertainment and the wine. I will still be checking it on, seeing what's going on. Keep right on. There we are. We are liked now and again.
We are liked. Well, you knew you were liked.
No, well, I'm just brown nose. Do you know what I mean? I'm just nice. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, now look who's admitting it.
I mean, when it comes from a certain other Fleetwood fan that says that, I think it's kind of, it's a little bit. Hey,
say his name, mate.
Say his name. Say his name. Mr. Harrison Croft. Make a championship show. Keep right. No, he knows I'm only joking. I love you, really, Jack. Make a championship show. Keep right on. I'm in the motions of that. I've sent out. I've sent out a couple of texts.
Not Texas.
I've sent out 2 texts.
Is not a word.
Texts. Obviously, you know who I've probably texted. And
are they available?
You know them anyway.
I know them, yeah.
Shane, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much
for the bloody bongos.
They all mean a lot to me as well.
Them bongos is our Shane.
Oh, he's a legend. He's donated.
He is a legend, by the way.
He's donated to my Just Giving page as well. So thank you very much, Shane, as well.
Where can people go and find that, Nappers?
I'll put link in the description. I'm doing a marathon for charity.
Really?
No, I'm doing it for.
Oh my God, you've not mentioned that.
When are you doing that? You can't do it in the comments because I'm doing it for kids with cancer, mate.
I can, and I will.
I've raised 400 quid in person as well. So in the pub as well. So that's great.
Everyone gives £1 in here, Nappers. How many people? How much would you get an extra? How many have we got?
80 we've got.
Oh, come on, people. Let's get near.
I'll put a link in the description.
I will donate to you once I've been paid. There's a.
You getting your hand in your wallet? Jesus.
I will for you, mate. Absolutely.
Mansfield 2, Leyton Orient 3. Mansfield have only won one of their last 10 Football League games against the O's, winning 2-0 back in January 2022. And since Mansfield's win over Bolton Wanderers on New Year's Day, only Shrewsbury have fewer points than Mansfield, where they've won 3, drawn 4, lost 11, lost 6 of their last 8 at home, where they needed to really make it a fortress. And they've now lost 10 home games this season, including 6 of the last 8, where they've won 1 and drawn 1. Only in 1960-61 they lost 10. 1990-1991 they lost 10. 2002-3. Where they lost 12, 2007-8 lost 14, and 13-14 lost 10, and this season another 10 as well. It's not great going into next season. They are safe for another season in this division, but going into it, they look knackered. The older squad has broken with injuries at times as well. Better stubbornness and style of play. For Mansfield, are you worried about them going into next season before we come next to Leyton Orient? And Anne-Marie also donated as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. That. Am I worried about Mansfield? Well, from a Lincoln point of view, not really. Quite enjoying it. But yeah, no, I do understand where you're coming from. Yeah, I am worried for Mansfield. You always want, when you get to, when it looks like you're going to stay up, you want to try and keep a bit of momentum, build it up for next season. Everyone says you want to, you look at the likes of Charlton, you look at Portsmouth over the last couple of years, ended the season really well and gone on to do some really good things the season after. It goes both ways. If Mansfield just completely slump between now and the end of the season and limp over the line and get safety by 2, 3, 4, 5 points, they're going to be disappointed because they had such a good start. I think, and it sets a precedent for next season, doesn't it? That we back ourselves to get to 50 points quickly, but then we completely crumble. I don't know what's going to go on with the ownership, not the ownership, the manager. Sorry, Nigel Clough out of contract. Whether he stays on or not is going to be a real big turning point with Mansfield fans, I would have thought. Whether they want him to stay on, whether they want to change direction. But I am worried for them, Ben. And you know, people say to me, second season syndrome doesn't exist. Well, absolutely it exists. Of course it exists. It's like, I can't, I don't know, unless they completely change direction and try to do something else. I worry for them. I mean, there were positives last night for them. This Dwyer fellow they've brought in from America, he looks like he's added something up front, scored a couple of goals, but it's the same old issue as what it has been with Mansfield all season. They've just let themselves down defensively. I know Charlie Kelman's put one in the top corner from the edge of the box, but look at the defending for the other goals. It's awful. It's schoolboy. And if that's tolerated, then next season Mansfield will definitely be struggling, I think.
Yeah, I bang on agree. For Leyton Orient, you must give them full credit. It's a victory that they did need. And they've still got a small chance of getting into the playoffs, 5 points outside. They have actually won 3 out of the last 5, taking 10 points. So they have improved lately. Their 19th victory of the season as well. Happy and James to miss the rest of the season, which is, they are big blows to them as well, in different ways as well. And Mark Andy as well has been, for me, outstanding since coming into the football club. I think he's got 2 or 3 goals now as well. For me, really liked him at Chesterfield, where he created a lot of chances there, 6 or 7 goals as well. Jimmy Donnelly, again, how many times have we mentioned that bloke's name this season? I think that 13 goal contributions now this season, which is absolutely fantastic as well. Charlie Kelman, the bloke can't stop scoring. You know, I think he'll want 20 goals between now and the end of the season.
He's got 21 in all comps, so.
Yeah, 12. He'll want 20 in the league now. I think 25 in all comps. 3 more, there you are. You can do maths. He's got 20 goal contributions as well. I think the playoffs is a long shout, but if they win the games, you never know. They've got Crawley to come. They've got Cambridge to come. But then they've got Barnsley to come, but they've also got Wycombe and Huddersfield to come as well. So it's tough. They'll have to win every game of theirs. If they win every game, could they get in? I think they could probably get in with 4 wins and a draw, which would be 76 points potentially as well. You never know.
76 points will get you in the playoffs, I would have thought.
However, Reading are on 68, from 41. So they're going to go and get 8 points from 5. You never know.
You don't know you don't know with Reading, do you? You don't know what the crack is. But
then Bolton are on 66. So you've still got points to make up as well.
It will be tough it will be particularly tough for them to get themselves back in. But you still would say that Leyton Orient finishing in the top 10 of this league, this edition of this league, is a really big achievement, and you have to give props to Richie Wellens. But they were good last night. Yeah, Charlie Kelman. But it's the typical saying, isn't it? Don't fall in love with a lone player, because ultimately they score the goals and they're going to go back to the parent club. If QPR aren't utilising Charlie Kelman next season, I think the manager, is it Marty Cifuentes still at QPR?
Yeah.
Needs sacking and putting out for public execution, mate. That's how good Charlie Kelman's been this season. I mean, you look at the goals that he scores, Ben, all types of goals, literally all types of goals, tap-ins, worldies like he scored last night. He works hard. He's a natural finisher. So, yeah, look, they can get in there. Of course they can get in there. But I don't know. I feel like it's a big task now. I mean, you watched Bolton last night. You can tell us a little bit about that later. But I watched a lot of Reading last night. I was impressed with Reading. I think Reading have got the quality to finish in the playoffs, certainly, which would be a massive achievement. Huddersfield, I mean, they're still in a better position than Leyton Orient, and Huddersfield have fallen off a cliff. So, yeah, you're right. They need to win all 5. If they win all 5, they've got a chance. But, Richie Wellens will just be focusing on winning all 5 games. And but they were good. They were good last night. Give them credit. Despite conceding a couple of really soft goals, I thought they're really good going forward. They were outstanding. Jamie Donnelly looks a really, really tidy player, and I'd be surprised if he's not on loan somewhere in the division above next season.
Leyton Orient, I think, are 2 points off where they were last season. They got 65 points last season. Remember, they had a slow start, went great, slow finish. tricky towards the ending.
I think an ex-Lincoln player has just scored in the Champions League quarter-final.
Oh, here we go. Anyway,
think-
if you could like the stream, there's 85 of you in, and also subscribe. We are 174 subscribers away from 17,000 subscribers, and we've got this tonight. We've got a vlog on Saturday. We've got Sunday's vlog as well. And then we've also got League One Live on Monday this week, Monday the 14th of April, slightly later, because we are at Wembley on. I'm at Wembley on Sunday as well. Talking of the playoff picture, Reading won away at Shrewsbury last night. Both sides have actually scored in this fixture in the last 10 meetings. Shrewsbury have against Reading. Shrewsbury scored 21 and conceded 18. Shrewsbury are now winners in their last 17 league matches played on the Tuesday since the 2-1 win against Burton Albion in August 2023.
Look at David.
Because you know something, I've done that for the last 3 or 4 Tuesday shows, so that pays for the copy and paste tweet at the minute until they win on a Tuesday.
All of a sudden, we've gone down 1 viewer because David's cleared off.
Yeah, what a guy! We have got a Fleetwood stat coming up as well. Believe me.
Oh, there's a surprise. There's a surprise.
This was Reading's second away win in the last 8 games. Reading have only won 2 of their last 8 league away games in the last 8, drawing 3, losing 3. They were poor last week against Blackpool, but I think that's their only defeat in the last 14 games. Positive news about potential owner, we believe in the chat as well. Yeah, again, which is he's a great guy as well, great owner as well. You know, we saw that at Wycombe, what he did. He inherited a family there, didn't he? And it was a real good togetherness there, that what Ainsworth built. He let the manager build the club from bottom to top as well, on a smaller level than Reading as well. Patience, I think, will be needed. Patience of a virtue, a massive virtue of that as well. Be done. But again, it's all about getting to the end of the season now. I think it's absolutely phenomenal that Reading, the circumstances they have been through in the last 2 years, find themselves staying up last season. They've lost the manager this season. You know, Ruben Sellers managed him at the start of the season. They lost him, didn't they? Mm-hmm. That they're still in the playoffs after going a bit ropey after that Sellers left. That they've been on phenomenal form. I mean, 1 defeat in 14 games it is now. They've won 19 games. They scored 59 goals, got 68 points. And they are putting on performances. You've got Nibs being outstanding, you know, this season. Goals from all over. You've got, and what I like about it, when things have got tough with Reading over the last few years, they've had point deductions, they've always come back stronger. You know, Lewis Wing, again, he's had one of those types of seasons where last year he got 10 goals, 8 assists, 6 goals, 6 assists this season. Charlie Savage, excellent yesterday. You know, again, 12 goal contributions, 2 assists yesterday. Kelvin Abatchman, I don't know if you saw the goal, the run, the powerness of the box and the finish. It's only his 4th goal of the season, but it was a fantastic goal as well. You've got the likes of Kem Campbell providing goals yesterday as well.
Oh, mate, that was an own goal. That's an own goal.
Well, it's gone down as Campbell's goal.
It was trust me. Without we've been the greatest respect to Reading fans. Without Jamal Blackman last night, the game probably doesn't end the way it does. He chucked 2 in, to be fair.
Yeah. But to be fair to Jamal Blackman, how many games has he kept them in this season as well? Harvey Nibs with 14 goals this season in the league, 16 in all comps. Look, Harvey Nibs has scored 32 goals for Reading in the last 95 games.
Class.
He's a midfielder. You know, he scored 26 in 150 odd for Cambridge. You know, you look at the side that Reading have got, and I know they are going through it. There is some real talent there. You know, especially the midfield, because they signed Nibs, Wing, Savage, and was it Smith, the other one they signed? Yeah, I think they signed 4 they signed 4 in 4 days, didn't they? Yeah. And then they got banned, and you thought that was really good recruitment. But they've also got the likes of, you know, like Tom Carroll, Billy Bowden, you know, Wareham as well on the bench as well. And you look through it,
Tyler Binden, mate.
Yeah, the young players as well, and Batman's coming through stronger as well. And you're getting the younger players to be better. They're not great every week, don't get me wrong. But this Reading side now have found an ability to win away from home where they didn't have recently. I know they've only won 5 times away this season, but it's a great win for them. With 5 games to go, we're talking about a Reading side that are in the playoffs, you know, 2 points in front. Bolton are shaky, by the way. Bolton lost 4 of the last 7. You've got Northampton, you've got Lincoln, you've got Mansfield, you've got Bristol Rovers, and then they're at home to Barnsley. It's favourable fixtures that they'll fancy themselves for.
4 favourable fixtures and a tough home tie is what
I thought you were going to go, no, sorry, you got that wrong. It's Bristol Rovers.
No, not tonight. Not tonight. I'm giving Ben a night off.
We're not talking about what we normally talk about, but for me, I find myself going around the house going, Bristol Rovers.
Yeah, you were doing it at work the other day. I'm surprised none of the customers were. I'm sure I thought maybe they'd be doing it in return. Where do you want to start? Shrewsbury or Reading, Ben? Who should we talk about
first? Reading first.
Go for Reading.
Shrewsbury next season.
Actually, I was just talking to our mate Jack from Shrewsbury Analysis. I'm sure you've worked with him before. Wonderful lad.
I haven't actually.
He's a really good lad. Yes, Reading impressed, but only to an extent. Obviously, like I say, they're about Jamal Blackman chucking them in. They probably wouldn't have won as convincingly, but still to win away from home, amid everything that's going on, the speculation about the takeover of the club are going to exist in 14 days or whenever the takeover is. So, like you say, the mentality to perform without a manager who's not cleared off, but took a better job in Hull City. For Hunt to come in, and I think it was I think we sort of criticised it perhaps at the time because it wasn't a glamorous, sexy appointment like we maybe expected from Reading. But I think it was really important to have someone that knew this group of players. Obviously, because they've not been able to add to them, it was really important to have someone that was already within the siege mentality that Reading have had over the last sort of 18 months or so. And yeah, look, he's a club hero. For him to come in and do the job. Look, he's got good players to utilise, which massively helps. Lewis Wing is a cut above this league, like you mentioned. They had Smith, Harvey Nibbs, Savage, who got 2 assists last night. Yeah, look, they were good, and what I like is that they're doing it by being young as well. They've got a lot of young players in the team. Tyler Binden obviously got his move to Forest in January. He's a really exciting, prospect. They've got loads of, and Kelvin Abachaman is someone that we've not spoken about anywhere near enough last time. But I think you spoke about they went 1-0 down to Reading. I'm sure it was him that scored it, Ben, on the first game of the season from the penalty spot. He's got everything. He's literally got everything: power, pace, and his goal last night. He isolated Morgan Feeney and took the mick out of him, to be frank. Yeah, look, good win for them. Obviously, with Bolton and Huddersfield both losing, it puts them into perspective. It gives them a real good chance of getting there. Like you mentioned, they have got some favourable fixtures. Not all of them are favourable, but at home they'll back themselves to beat anybody. And look, they stand a real chance. And look, I hope, obviously, not only for the players and the staff to keep their jobs, but for the fans mainly, Ben, that this Reading team can do something to make them really proud. And hopefully that at the end of the season, last game of the season, we're talking about Reading that are here and still alive and able to compete in the EFL next season, but also a Reading team that have, maybe not defied the odds to get into the playoffs, because I thought they were a really good team last season and they've got some really good players.
Oh yeah.
I think it would be unjust to say that Reading we're not going to be in and around it this year, because they've got really good players, mate. Some really, really talented.
And they've got a steel about them as well.
You get that. I think you get that when you play in difficult environments. Like I think, for example, Bolton, when they were going through the ringer, I feel like clubs like that who are forced, Wigan, they've got this unity about them, that means that, it's us against the world, which is why I said getting Rob Hunt in was a masterstroke, really. So yeah, look, good win for them last night. I think they were massively helped by playing a really poor Shrewsbury team. Like they were, and we'll come on to them in a minute. But yeah, a great win away from home. They've not done it enough this year, but look, they've got every chance of completing something particularly magical, and I really hope they do it.
You've got to beat who's put in front of you, and Reading have done that a lot this season. They've been effective, and they've had not paid wages, but they've not moaned the players, have they? Let's be honest, they've not.
Well, not the we've heard.
No, well, they could have.
They might have moaned to the partners around the dinner table, but we wouldn't know that, would we?
Yeah, Jake can't moan to his partner around the dinner table. He just moans to the microwave, to be fair.
Okay, I'm moaning to my picture of you and Tony. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, to be fair, and I'll probably still be on Twitter. But Shrewsbury are absolutely diabolical. Come on, look, it's what happens when you're not funded correctly. It's what happens when you don't buy enough players. And look,
Can I ask you, Ben, about the direction? Right, they've gone from
I think
Gareth
I'm worth
Ainsworth.
them.
They've gone from, but like Mickey Moore is just director of football, right? I was just speaking to Jack, so I've got a bit of enhanced knowledge. They appointed Matty Taylor, head coach, director of football. We're going to follow that model. All of a sudden, Matt Taylor's out of a job. Paul Hurst, manager, director of football, like that. Then comes Ainsworth. Ainsworth's a manager, right? Not a head coach. And they've gone from Ainsworth, who plays hoofball, S-House football, which I completely respect because it's a way of winning football matches, and it worked for them. Fair enough, but they've gone from that.
Did it?
Well,
Worked for a bit.
It worked in a bit. It got the supporters back behind the team, didn't it? It certainly
I
got
think
me.
more though his words
Got me and you
behind
behind them because we were big on Shrewsbury, Ben, and we
Yeah.
have to own that now.
Yeah,
But
we
they've gone
did.
from that.
It was because of the words, not the football.
Yeah, but they've gone from that style to Michael Appleton, who couldn't be any further away. So I wonder about the long-term strategy of Shrewsbury Town. If then people are making the decisions to go, right, we're going to play hoofball. Oh, wait, no, we're going to pass it out the back. No, we're going to have a head coach and a director. No, we're going to have a manager. Like, how does that help a football club out?
It doesn't. It really doesn't. And look, they've been in the football. They've been in League One for 10 years. And it's great. You're eventually going to get found out. The fans will probably be a bit bored now, I think, of League One. Losing every week doesn't help. Being in relegation battles, you come down, you win a few more games of football. I don't think it's going to be as easy as that for Shrewsbury. I worry about the budget next season. I worry about the takeover next season. I know there's been potential owners. I think that somebody spoke to Salopcast recently about wanting to buy the football club as well. I'm always wary.
Apparently, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. That tells you everything you need to know. Ainsworth, I think, was promised false dawns as well. And it's mad how this football club has changed in the last 2 months. There was all positivity around it. I think was it Umbro had been at the football club to deliver stock. They've not done anything for the football club for 2 years. I think that tells you everything you need to know. How everything's being run. That they are missing guidance on the pitch. Off it as well. They lack quality in every area.
They can go back to back, Ben. Do you not think?
You think Scunthorpe have done it? Forest Green Rovers have done it. Carlisle are likely to do it as well. There's another team who's done it as well. Who was the other one?
Tranmere have done it.
Tranmere have done it as well. Tranmere. There's another one recent.
Stockport have done it.
Yeah. Luton. Luton. Say again.
Recently, have gone back to back relegation.
Yeah, it was Scunthorpe, Forest Green. I think that's it, and it's Scunthorpe, Forest Green. Rochdale didn't, did they? Rochdale didn't.
Are you sure?
I think Rochdale maybe had 1 year in League Two. Yeah, I think they did. Oldham, I think, had 1 year in League Two. I think.
Yeah,
but these football clubs, I think Rochdale maybe did it.
I'll fact check that.
But it is worrying because the budget isn't there. I don't think there's a spirit there. The fans don't really want to go to games. There's no real life there. And it's a shame because Ainsworth said a lot of words and then has left the club and is basically feeling like it basically feels like you're close with someone, you're in a relationship, and all of a sudden it ends. It's like, well, do you know what I mean? It's hard.
No, I have no idea what you mean.
Yourself to these managers, you do devote yourself to, and you live off the words, and you believe in a plan. I'm certainly doing that with Pete Wild. The first time since Barton, really. I'm honest with you, I didn't really believe in what we were going to do under previous regimes, properly. That I felt other managers were hard done by. Anyway, it's not a Fleetwood show. I do worry for Shrewsbury because you look at Cheltenham and Fleetwood are not that much greatly. Fleetwood are looking away that we've got.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Has anyone got a shoehorn?
Anyone
got a shoehorn?
I think Cheltenham were in a better situation than Shrewsbury. I don't think Shrewsbury have got really much about them. And Carlisle are a better side than Colin. I think Colin are a better side than Shrewsbury, and obviously they've got
down.
a budget, but the 7 points adrift. They have got Aki and Morecambe to come, right? But I do worry for Shrewsbury. I really do. And
Can
for
we
me,
talk about how that you went to the tough sheet last night and it had to be that man to score the goal, didn't it?
I know.
It had to be that man, Sammy Nomble. What a goal!
No, yeah. Well, I went last night. It was lovely. You know, fan zone was brilliant. People saying I want Bolton into the playoffs. Look, I don't care who gets into the playoffs. I like League One. I like watching it. Do I like watching Bolton? Yeah, I do like watching Bolton because it's local. It's close to my house, so I can get to a League One game.
You know when Nombe pulls his foot back and is about to shoot. I can just imagine you sat next to Cole going, Nomble! Or something like that.
Yeah, and look, I thought Bolton in that game, if I'm honest with you, the first 15 minutes, Bolton should have been 4-0 up. They should have been. I thought Rotherham defended really poorly, if I'm honest with you. But they defended the box so well. What I mean by that is that from their goal, 20 yards, they blocked everything in sight. They were outstanding, but they got cut open time and time again. They weren't really easy to break down at all, and you can see they're a side that why they've conceded goals at important times this year. They haven't won a lot of games, but Bolton are a good side. I thought that Colin should have had a couple when McAtee takes it around the goalkeeper in the game and hits the post, and you knew. And Colin said it to me, and I said it back. To about half an hour, it wasn't going to be Bolton's night, especially when Rotherham get the goal and they have something to be spirited about. 3 wins on the bounce for the first time since February 2022, where they actually won 7 out of 8, drew the other one to Wigan. In that year, they got promoted. Last day away at Gillingham and sent Gillingham down.
Well, there's a surprise.
I'm trying to see how many I can get in.
By sending Gillingham down, who did the key put?
Fleetwood with 40 points. No, it's Bolton should have had 7 or 8. Dawson made a couple of good saves. Rotherham played the game terrifically well, you know, in terms of winding down the clock. Broke well, could have nicked the second goal as well. Cameron Dawson was excellent, but they defended outstandingly in the box as well. And realistically, Bolton were frustrated. And if I'm honest with you, the last 20 minutes of each half, I didn't really think Bolton were ever going to score. The first 20 minutes of each half, you can see that Schumacher riles them up, very much lives off the words, and they go out with intensity. And you can really tell that he got stuck onto them. Even the change that they brought on the board, like Mendes Gomez, Atete, Dempsey, to try and force the issue. And that bench yesterday, Joe Randall, Dempsey, Atete, Mendes Gomez, who else did they have on it? They had Randall, I've said that. Santos as well on the bench. That bench gets into a lot of other League One teams. So they've got depth. Full credit to Rotherham for, by the way, for going and winning 1-0 and keeping a clean sheet and showing real steel about you. You know, to do that shows enormous kahunas, and you know their fans, I think, came away from the game.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Has someone paid you to say the word cojones tonight? Are you on commission for saying it as many times as you can? Or
I'm not, mate.
what's going on?
I'm tired. Leave me alone.
Because you're tired. We've done 1, 2, 3. We've done 4.5 games in 53 minutes.
Power hour.
Oh,
never going to happen. No, I thought they were. But I enjoyed my trip there. It was an intensity game, attack against defence. I think Bolton falls short. And look, the last 7 games for Bolton have been decided by 1 goal. They've lost 4 of which.
Talk about ruining someone's season. Hi, Bolton fans. It's my fault. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I mean, I watched this admittedly after I found out that Rotherham had scored, and I was watching the last sort of 10, 15 minutes to watch Bolton try and knock the bloody doors off. And to me, Ben, I don't know what you thought, because you would have been just above the goal they were attacking in the second half, wouldn't you, where Cole sits? And they just looked like they were doing the same thing.
And ultra.
It just looked like they were doing the same thing all the time. It was like Aaron Morley was just playing on the right hand side of midfield. It looked like they were just trying to get the ball to him, and he would try and cross the ball in, and it hit the first man
Yeah,
every time.
pass side, pass
It was
side.
It was like this. It was like a lot of this. Do you know what I mean? And like when you're 1-0 up away from home, like Rotherham, you're motivated to defend that. Like it's easy to defend because they're not penetrating the lines. If they had runners behind Rotherham, or they were crossing over, but they weren't. They were just so predictable to play against. And it reminded me a lot, Ben, and I know it's not just because they lost, but it reminded me a lot of Ian Everett's Bolton last night, personally.
I thought they got the ball into the front man a lot quicker. And my issue is with McAtee and Collins is they get offside a lot, they're eager a lot, and they were knackered after 65 minutes. I was actually so surprised that they actually changed it.
You want to start one and bring the other one on.
We scored.
You want to start one next to someone like an Atete or maybe like a Mendes Gomez or someone like that.
Gomez.
And then bring on a Collins or a McAtee with half an hour to go where they're fresh and they can use a leg. So yeah, I was disappointed with the manner in which they chased the game. But yeah, fair play to Rotherham. I mean, since the big man's left, they've stepped it up a notch, haven't they? They've gone to another gear. So, well, I've made this joke before, and I'll make it again. It's like a weight's been lifted off the chest, a rather big one. And they're playing with freedom. The shackles are gone. They signed a lad from Stamford over the summer. I remember because I've watched him play in pre-season against Grantham. Young lad Holmes, is it? Thought he was outstanding of what I saw. Look, a really, really good win for Rotherham. Cam Dawson, outstanding. Made a really good save. I think it was from George Johnston right towards the end where that's flying in the top corner, but he tips it around the post. And sometimes when it's your night, it's your night. And when you looks in, and it was Rotherham's night. So, yeah, for Bolton, difficult. I don't think they should automatically write the rest of the season off, but I certainly think that maybe they should have one eye starting to cast on next season and look to where they can get something. And whereas with Rotherham, the bloke who's coming in as assistant or is interim in at the moment, sorry, that sounds really weird, is the interim manager at the moment, then potentially then he might well get the gig, or if someone like Paul Warren becomes available, then they're probably going to. Yeah, but Tony Stewart's like that, mate. He likes going back with exes. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised.
Sounds like you, mate.
Does it? Trying to figure out which ex-girlfriend I've got back with.
There's a lot, though, isn't there? There's a lot.
Is there? Are you trying to dig me a grave here or something, mate?
No, well, there's a lot that being a key for you, Mr. Lincoln City popular.
Shut up. Absolutely not.
Anyway, yeah, one game to go. Well done to Rotherham, who recorded 3 wins on the spin for the first time since February 2022. And they've actually won 4 of their last 5 away games for a side that were disastrous away from home. Bear in mind, that's as many as the previous 52 games beforehand as well. So well done to Rotherham United. And we can get through this last game quite quickly, to be fair. Exeter won, Wigan won. Exeter boss Gary Cole played 102 league games and managed 65 games for Wigan. He's only managed against them twice, a 2-0 loss in October 23 at home. And then they're the home games against Wigan Athletic, of which since 7 consecutive league meetings with Wigan, 1995 and 2023, they didn't win. Exeter now unbeaten in the last 3 against the Latics as well. And Wigan have only won one of their last 8 league games played on a Tuesday. However, before we do go back to something, I do want to just say something, because I've got something that I forgot to put in. Where is it? This is important. This is the most important. Where is it?
This is
anyway, I'll find it. You keep talking and I'll find it.
I'll keep talking. Yeah, I watched this game for about 3 minutes because it was quite boring. I watched it when it was 1-1. I think a positive for Wigan is that they were in the penalty area for more than 30 seconds in this game, because the game against Orient at the weekend, I think they spent about 15 seconds in the penalty area. So it's an improvement for them. But one lad that I did like the look of the limited time that I saw was, is it Malace or Malas Asamoah, Ben? You'll know.
Malace Asamoah.
I thought he would look really, really good.
You can't pronounce now.
Well, yeah, but he used to play for your club, so I'd imagine you'd have a better input than me. But yeah, I thought he was really good, quick, lively on the break. Look, mate, it wasn't a spectacle. They both scored a goal somehow. It was really bad quality. You got the score right. Congrats. Have you found your thing yet? Because I don't know what.
Yes, I have. We're going back to our starting game. So imagine that. Peterborough United were meeting in their last 11 home games played on a Tuesday before this. So Birmingham City joined them since a 1-0 loss to Fleetwood Town in September 2022. So Birmingham joined clubs that win away at London Road on a Tuesday night.
Did you win away at London Road on a Tuesday night last season, Nappers?
Right, we're just going to end the show without him, I think.
What was it, 4-1?
No, right.
Was it 4-1?
It was 1-0. We missed the penalty. It was 1-1 with 15 minutes to go.
This every time, doesn't it?
We deserve to win.
Yeah, but you didn't, and you got relegated, so you didn't deserve to win.
Carry on.
Would you like me to give you an update on predictions, Ben?
Yes.
Because bear in mind, we don't need to do any more predictions.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sadie. Yeah, I will try and tell Ben to have a little bit of decorum about him on Sunday. A Monday, sorry, because we're not doing a Sunday show, are we? Doing a Monday show.
No.
Okay, Ben. Predictions. Yes, it's on my Mac. 5 each. Midweek. Obviously, we've already done Sundays. Do you know which? Oh, I've just told you which game you got right. The Exeter Wigan game. You also got the correct outcome in Peterborough, Birmingham, and Shrewsbury, Reading. I got my 5 points in the. You must have done another one as well. No, you didn't. Never mind. And I got my points in the matter of I got Mansfield Orient. I went 2-0 Orient, obviously, which is a point. I got the Shrewsbury Reading one, the right outcome as well. My correct score was predicting Peterborough 1, Birmingham 2. So I managed to predict the right score. So thank you, Taylor Gardner-Hickman, for scoring that. And thank you for
goal of the season for Birmingham, that as well.
100 points, 100 goals. I know Fowler talks about it, but that's how you actually do it, isn't it?
We're not going to get 100 goals in League One, I don't think now.
Who aren't?
Birmingham.
How many away are they?
27.
We've got Stevenage to play yet, mate.
Nah, it's the game now. We're going to catch you, Jakey boy.
Well,
I say, by the way,
yeah,
Tuesday night, they are the type of club that can just go and beat them 2-1. Why have I got that image of my head going?
Yeah, but
my little club, Stevenage, beating Birmingham at home with his little. Proud.
But my concern is, Ben, if, for example, and this is the horrible thing to say, but if Reading were to be expelled and all their results were to be taken away from them, they would then be above us in the league table because we've beaten Reading and they've drawn twice.
You'll go. Oh, well, I'm not. No.
But yeah, the bet's null and void. Yeah, absolutely.
If Stevenage had
got to be over a 46 game season.
If it was the other way around, well, we cut out that. We cut out.
Yeah.
I know what you're like. No, it's the same for everybody. We had 2 games. You had 2 games. Shouldn't have been good in those 2 games. You should have saved it.
Yeah, you should have been rubbish.
Yeah, should have known.
You should have known in the back of your head when you're playing Reading that this might well be a possibility.
No, Reading will be fine, and hopefully that they are.
I hope so, Reading. And
yeah,
if you
exactly.
mind giving us 3 points,
if you've got any questions for the last 5 minutes of the show, get them in as well, live or football questions as well, and get liking as well. That would mean a lot to me if you could like and subscribe.
Correct.
And go and follow Jake on Twitter, Jake_Tong98.
Yes, and listen to my podcast, please. I've got an episode out at 5:30 in the morning. So if you're up and about early, which me and Nappers aren't.
I was up at 6:30 this morning, young man.
I was up at 7.
I was in work early this morning. 7:15 I started this morning work.
Did you make sure that you were actually there at the right time this time rather than rushing?
Yes, I did, mate. Well, there was leaks yesterday in the pub, so I had to get there early and sort everything out.
You had to go and fill the leaks, did you?
No, I didn't have anything to do with leaks. I just sorted the bar out and got everything
Oh,
sorted. It
you
went
just,
quick
you just
today, work. It went quick.
did it.
Um,
Oh, good. I'm glad, mate. 'Cause mine didn't.
I've got 2 more days, then off for 3 days, which is nice. Um,
Yeah. Well, they've got the
Go
same
back to the start. 5 minutes till 20 minutes.
It's the bank holiday next week, isn't it? Who's your
Oh, that
who's
doesn't
your
affect. No, mate, that means I'm working, mate.
yeah, but who's your bank holiday double header? Who have you got Friday, Monday?
Oh no, I am off on the Monday actually, because
You'll be
I
playing,
sorted it out because they tried to get me to work it, and I went
but you'll be playing Friday, Monday. So who are you playing?
Barrow and Harrogate.
Oh, what a sexy sounding bank holiday that is! Barrow and Harrogate. Do you want to know ours?
Go on.
Reading and Bolton.
Oh,
That's
I
nice,
miss
isn't it?
this
That.
league.
Oh, I love being in League One. 20 years, 20 years. Wigan City. Yeah, play. Yeah, if we I realise if Burton and Shrewsbury go down, we're the longest yeah, all right, David. We're the longest serving League One club next season if Reading
You're coming for
Burton
our record, aren't you? 10 years.
yeah, yeah, and then we'll just slowly revert back down to the National League.
Yeah, like us. Do you think we'll ever play each other again in a league fixture?
Yes, 100%.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think in the next 5 years you'll come back up. At some point.
Okay. Right. I think we can call it there. Great show.
The questions went well, didn't they? The
Yeah,
requests,
well, we didn't get any.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks. We'll just sit here and talk between ourselves, shall we?
Yeah, exactly. How's the
That's
love life, Jake? Everyone wants to know that.
it. My love life.
Yeah.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble. No comment.
Uh,
Where's my podcast? It is, I believe, if you go on my Twitter, Sadie, it's in my bio. If you click the in my bio, it'll take you straight to the thingy. Oh, Ben, can we talk about this while we're on live? Because it'll be the last live we do before it gets announced on Friday. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win Player of the Month for March?
who's up for it?
Ashley Fletcher,
Right.
Macaulay Gillespie,
Yeah.
Arthur Okonkwo, and Joe Bob McCalla.
Is it fan voted?
No, it's an award. I think McCarman's got a chance. Genuinely, I think he'll
How
win.
many goals did he score?
5.
In.
6.
I think.
And he got 3 assists.
I think he'll win it. I don't.
Oh, Joe!
Oh, I think they'll go a Conquo just for the Wrexham loving.
Yeah, that'd be fuming, mate. Yeah, I was just talking about Ferguson. He's up for Manager of the Month. Someone said to me, "Do you think Ferguson's going to get a Manager of the Month award and P45 double?"
Has anyone ever got that Manager of the Month in the next game?
Sacked. Maybe. I don't.
Jake has got a maze. To be fair, Jake has got a face only a mother could love. His mother struggles.
I'm reliably informed that's incorrect.
Yeah, his mother struggles. That's why. Thank you very much for watching. Please, no one loves me. No one loves me. Believe me. Yeah, it is. I've never been loved. You know. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I will see you later. Please like and subscribe. We'll be back Saturday, Chesterfield away, Sunday, Wembley, Monday, League One live. Thanks for watching. Up the League One. Go on, the boy. Go on, the boys, the Borough, the Lincoln City boys. Thanks for watching.
His face. He does the Lampard.